back. I'm like a down QB, I put the pain in the past. And if you ever had a problem, promise I didn't ask. So it's 444 in the car, my dash. I shake it big, told them all, you went first, you last. Little boy, that's facts. I'ma grow that cash to my money. You know what? Let me stop.
You should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't down once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. I'm just hoping she don't fail. Cause when she do, I don't know what I'ma do. All that I heard that y'all was talking, it was comical. Pull up in your city for the evening, what you tryna do? Cause I'm open to it. I know that you missing, but you gon' get through it. I can help with it if you need that. Go and bring the beat back. I don't really listen to the feedback, nah. Told me that she good, she don't need jack, nah. I'm real proud of the steps you took just to get to the place that you at today. I couldn't tell you to you straight, I gotta estimate. I wonder if I ought to go here with the pastor say. Now go ahead, get me out of here, I couldn't last a day. I got the city talking about me like I passed away. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. Ooh, and she felt intrigued. Trying to duck the LMPD. Go and get your self-esteem. And she trying to link up. So much we got synced up. Pulled up in the dinged up whip. This ain't Pepto-Biz, what this pink stuff is. Gonna tell me. Yeah, you heard me, you ain't felt me. I've been moving, I've been shaking, go and hit me on the celly. Try to sell me on something while I hold it compelling. Ever since I've been gone like Kelly, they been trying to tell me about this and that. I ain't chatting with you, we ain't going tit for tat. Trying to tell me how to get in the bag, we're going to get in the bag, I'm about to get in it. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat.
Going up, a champ with the crown is here. I'ma win anywhere. Hey, so shake it like you don't care. Shake it up everywhere. And I can bake cakes by the pound. Blow the whistle cause I love that sound. And we can just keep going round. I'm ready for another round. Go ahead, touch down like that. 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 Hey, hey, go ahead, touch down like that. 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 Like work the middle, 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 work the
wish. Go ahead, touchdown like that. 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 Hey, hey, go ahead, touchdown like that. 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 Like
work the middle, 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 work the.
get out my way, Lil. Get out my way, Lil. She gon' put it on me, that's a lot of it. 4 coops, 4 seasons, drop the top of it. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls head to toe designer. Drip, little bit, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. I can't hear the hate, got a lot of it. Take these bands to the bank, let them rot in it. So much ice on me, I wish I had 2 necks. I got homies that can sleep without 2. I got homies that can sleep without Gucci and Chanel, I got a lot of it. Walk up in the spot like, hey, what poppin' in? Gon' pop it for me cause I'm rich and poppin' in. Yeah, drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. She gon' put it on me, that's a lot of it. 4 coops, 4 seasons, drop the top a bit. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls head to toe designer. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. West LA, that where you find me though. Cha-cha matcha with a rockin' black clothes. Whip around that Batmobile, ducking 5-0. If you step to me, then be prepared for smoke, lil' bro. Let me feel myself a little bit.
By many accounts, one of the most underrated home venues in all of the NFL resides in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, and that's where we find ourselves at Nissan Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Tennessee Titans. First carry for Nick Chubb, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The tackle.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now the forward Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Titan football.
23-yard line.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Left side complete to Lockett. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That's good for 22 and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far in this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 30-yard line. The shotgun snap for Darnold. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And that is caught by Davis for a Tennessee touchdown. Corey Davis, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee.
Makes the score Titans 7, Browns nothing.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
What we got? What we got? 56 to Mike. 56. What we got, T?
Following the penalty, Chubb Space to maneuver at the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. It's a pickup of 19 yards on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a third and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Third down.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
First down, Cleveland.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
The ball carrier.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
A run for Nick Chubb. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Ball carrier.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now it's Haskins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An update from Denver. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now Jones. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Browns nothing.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it with Johnson. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Uses the stiff arm. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
2nd and 6 at the 27-yard line.
A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun is Jones. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Darnold down to throw. Steps away to his left. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And 10.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. To throw is Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. But 22 is the line to gain here on third down.
Here we go.
Now Darnold. The Browns D locked in on third down. Brings up fourth.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Haskins to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
It's Foster. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Ball carrier.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Play action. Haskins. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Let's go. Let's bring it. 44.
Another try after the first down sack. Darnold. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
56 to mark, boy. 56. Check 56.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
And 7.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7. This is Breida. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Avery Williamson. An 8-yard pickup.
Looking to throw, Haskins. They'll set up a screen for Breida. That catch good for only a couple.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
So second and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They run. It's Foster. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
34-yard line. It's a gain of a yard.
This is Foster. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So on fourth down, out comes the Browns kicker, Austin Seibert. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. Seibert able to knock this one through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
The 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. A final shot before the break. Darnold escaping the pressure right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. Now this will make it into the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 44 is mine. 44 is mine. Check.
Now it's Darnold. And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
56.
They'll run on 1st down. Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Ty Johnson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece.
That ties the game at 10.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They had the interception on the last drive, which led to the tying touchdown. So 10-10 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold, he'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A.J. Brown, 79 yards. And the Titans have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. On 2nd down, it's Johnson. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
He's brought down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done, because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They go to Johnson again. Slipped one tackle, but no more, as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I'm here all day. 44, Mike, 44.
Back to throw, Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Let's go. Hey, 44's Mike. Check. Hey, we heavy on the edges,
Darnold. Uncorks one for Davis. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. On now is the Titans punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This returnable for Sims. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
18-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Touchdown.
Ty Johnson. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Looked like they picked a heck of a time to run the counter.
And we've been saying that in this great game of football probably since we started playing. Anytime you get guys thinking you're going to go one way and you hit back the opposite side, it's a great chance it can turn into the type of play we just saw there, a big gainer.
Check, check. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Spoke forward to Mike. Mike spoke forward. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
They go play action here on 1st down. Man open left side is Brown. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 36.
Watch twist. Watch twist. No, no, no. Back. Check.
They'll run it with Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today. 44's Mike. Check. Silver.
Here's Darnold. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Let's pick up. It's out of time. Let's get off the field. Under 10. 10. Watch the twist.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are going to take the lead.
For the extra point.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead.
17.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a 1st down and more. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down.
Cleveland.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Back now in Nashville. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They run it again with Chubb. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Here's Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Let's go.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And again, it's Chubb. And they get to him quickly here as he stops right around the 13. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
Field goal. A 31-yard attempt.
Seibert's kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a 1-possession game. This one not fully over yet. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try to move forward.
And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence and playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Darnold on 3rd down. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. on now is the Titans punter, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Jalen Johnson up to make the tackle.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
They go with Chubb on second down. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Haskins will throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started in minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. Now a first down carry by Jones. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Room here to run. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Aaron Jones. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Good. Makes the score Titans 31, Browns 20.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They'll begin the drive with Breida. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They go play action with Haskins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked by Kevin Byard. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now the 3 picks last week helped him to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
Number number 30.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Again, it's Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
The tackle
no gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
3rd and 9.
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Titans, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Colts.